This is hot off the oven as Bandai just released the official pictures of the Master Grade Dynames in all its full color glory. And we do have to say, the shade of green and also the red that's used for the Dynames here looks quite anime accurate. Quite like the number of details that's going in there, color separation looks great, and of course the reflective strip that's been used in the XCR makes a return in the Master Grade Dynames as well, so that's looking pretty good. And of course, as you can see that from the Dynames here, there aren't a lot of marking, but I'm sure for fans who love putting a lot of decals and markings on the mobile suit, I'm sure there's going to be someone from third party releasing one for Dynames. The other interesting new release that's been released by Bandai today is the Gundam Zaraki L. So I would have to say that you guys know my stance on the build up series, but I actually quite like the design of the Zaraki L. Unfortunately, this is not a 1/100 scale, and this is a normal release, so people can actually buy this just like the Master Grade Dynames. Those two are actually normal releases for next year. Reservation starts on 30th November, at least in Japan. Now this is a new product category for us, at least from the Gundam universe. This is Gundam the game. It's a board game that costs about 6,000 yen and it's a premium Bandai exclusive. While we are not board game enthusiasts ourselves, we do have to say that hey, I wouldn't mind getting this board game. Just look at all the cool collectible cards, character info, bios, and also for the mobile suits, just for that alone, right? And of course, right now this is a premium Bandai exclusive. Not sure yet whether they're gonna release this in an English version, so non-Japanese speaking fans will also be able to enjoy this guy out in their own markets. Now before we move on to the other new products, we just want to talk about the new Master Grade Phoenix Unit 3. So apparently some of those guys who already gotten a hold of this kit have said that look, the gold coating is a lot darker than the original Phoenix, and I think the new darker gold, a heavier tone of color actually looks so much better on the Unit 3. We're definitely going to be getting this. And next up is this very cool looking RX-78-2. Is this a new Master Grade or new exclusive kit? Well, you might be surprised to know that this is actually a candy toy that has been repainted painstakingly by Orange in Japan. So this is how the original candy toy looks like. As you can see, hey, it looks really plain. I'm not sure how much time he spent on this guy, but it looks amazing after he is repainted, repanel line. Everything looks so much better. So kudos to Orange for sharing your work with us. Definitely love how much time and effort that has gone into building this guy. The original Master Grade 1/100 scale Gundam Bashinon was a premium Bandai, so it was no surprise that Bandai is going to release the real grade version of it in premium Bandai guys as well. So for us, hey, at 4,320 yen, and with that yellow parts instead of gold plated parts for the horn and also the effect, we'll probably be skipping this. We'll probably be waiting for a special titanium coating version to come out, maybe an expo kit version to come out. So that is our stand at least. I don't really think the yellow parts for the horn or the V-fin. So for you guys, will you guys actually be getting this? Because this is gonna go at 4,320 yen, which is gonna be the same price as the next Master Grade Premium Bandai release, which we're gonna be talking about, which is the Master Grade F91 2.0 after image color effect, and that is actually going out at the same price as the real grade Bashinon. So I'm not sure how many of you guys are actually going to be getting the F91. For us, hey, we always love clear colored kits, and I do think that the F91 2.0 after image color looks pretty great, right? For those of you who want to create the effect for the F91, okay, you probably have to buy 2 of the F91 to create that diorama. For us, I think I will actually be holding out for the previous Master Grade release for the F91. I can't remember what's the name right now on top of my head, but for those of you who love the F91, will you be getting this? Because, well, it's going at 4,000 plus yen for a Master Grade, which is quite cheap for a Master Grade. Finally, we have the high resolution model Wing Gundam Endless Wars version at 40,580 yen. I think it's quite the same price as all the previous release. And I do have to say that compared to the red frame Astray, which they modified quite heavily. You know, it looks a lot more muscular. I'm glad at least Bandai has retained the original design and no muck about with the red frame Astray. I would do have to say that the Wing Gundam Atlas Watts version, EW version, definitely looks great. Right now for the high resolution model, we already have 3 different wing releases. So I would have to say, if you're a big Gundam Wing fan, you know, will you be getting this? Because we have also gotten the first high resolution model Gundam Wing in our collection, but we've yet to touch it. It does look great. If you buy the high resolution model before, you know that what do you expect, right? A well-built frame and highly detailed, very colorful finishing for the parts. The only thing that I can't say the same for the high resolution model red frame Astray, and I'm actually quite disappointed because having seen that kit at the GBWC Malaysia, having seen the actual kit in person, I hope that's not the prototype. The red just doesn't seem to pop, and I'm not sure whether I've said this before, but I'm actually quite disappointed with this release, right? While I quite like that they have, you know, try and go with a bold new radical muscular design for the red frame, the red color that they actually used for this kit as well doesn't really look that great, right? Obviously the white armor for the red frame Astray actually looks great as usual. It's very shiny. You have to see it in person to understand what I'm talking about. But in terms of the red armor parts, for the muscular parts, the red is just, I guess if you're gonna be buying this, I suggest that you repaint it, give it a coat of gloss, and you know, maybe then you'll be happy with it. At least maybe I'm just being nitpicky for that, right? But you know, this is the new releases and information for all the new gunpla kits today, especially for Gundam Dynames. Is finally we get to see how it looks like in full color mode. And obviously right now we are waiting for the other 2 mobile suits to be released by Bandai for the 00 franchise. So that's our video for today for all the new Gundam releases. Do let us know what you think. For us, we'll definitely be skipping the real grade Benchinon and also the master grade F91 after image color effect. The Wing Gundam Atlas Watts high resolution model definitely seems to be high on our list. So that's our video for today. Do let us know what you think of the Dynames, and actually will you be getting it, or will you be holding out for a Trans-Arm version, which we're very sure will be released very soon from Bandai. Thank you for watching as always, and please do subscribe to our channel if you can.